What if I told you that in just a few decades, people might actually be living on Mars? Not just landing there, not just visiting, but building homes, growing food, and calling it their second home. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but hear me out. Elon Musk wants it. NASA's planning for it. And more scientists are asking, is this just a dream? Or something we all see in our lifetime? Let's take a closer look at the bold plans to colonize Mars, the real science behind it, the insane challenges we'll have to overcome, and whether it's actually possible. Alright, let's jump in. So first things first, why Mars? Why not just fix Earth? Or if we must leave, why not pick somewhere easier? Well, Mars is basically our solar system's runner-up when it comes to being Earth-like. It has a 24.6-hour day, almost the same as ours. It has seasons, polar ice caps, and signs of ancient water. There's even frozen water underground right now. And compared to, say, Venus, which is a literal hellscape, Mars is kinda charming. But here's the deeper reason. If something catastrophic ever happens to Earth, a massive asteroid, nuclear war, runaway climate disaster, humanity could be wiped out. Having a second home, even a tiny one, could literally save our species. That's the idea behind Musk's multiplanetary life vision. It's not about giving up on Earth. It's about having a backup, just in case. So what's the actual plan? Like, are we seriously doing this? Surprisingly, yes. People aren't just talking, they're building. Let's start with NASA. NASA's aiming to send astronauts to Mars in the late 2030s or 2040s. First, they want to build a base on the moon with the Artemis program. Basically a pit stop on the way to Mars. Then there's SpaceX. Elon Musk wants to send people to Mars a lot sooner, maybe as early as the 2030s. He's working on Starship, a gigantic rocket that could carry up to 100 passengers at once. And he's not stopping at one trip. He wants a city on Mars, like 1 million people. Super casual. Other countries like China and the UAE also have Mars ambitions. Several private companies are working on Mars habitats. Some even using 3D printing with actual Martian soil. So yeah, people are preparing, like seriously preparing. But now let's talk reality, because this ain't gonna be easy. Mars might look cute in photos, but living there is a different story. Let's break down the biggest challenges. First, distance. Mars is about 55 million kilometers away at its closest. A one-way trip takes 6 to 9 months. No quick returns, no Amazon Prime. Second, radiation. Unlike Earth, Mars doesn't have a magnetic field to protect us from space radiation. Astronauts would be bombarded unless they live underground or inside thick, specially shielded habitats. Third, air. The air on Mars? 95% carbon dioxide. So that means you step outside without a suit, you're done in seconds. So every breath of oxygen would have to be generated or brought from Earth. Fourth, the cold. Mars isn't just chilly. It averages minus 63 degrees Celsius. That's colder than Antarctica on a bad day. Fifth, gravity. Mars has only 38% of Earth's gravity. Sounds fun, but over months or years, it could mess with your muscles, bones, even your heart. We honestly don't know what long-term low gravity does to people. And finally, mental health. Imagine being stuck in a small base with a few people for years. No fresh air.
Ow.
No real-time communication with Earth. No pizza. It's not just physically tough, it's emotionally brutal. So, can it work? Is it actually possible to live on Mars? Here's the honest answer. In the short term, probably not. In the long term, maybe it won't be like Earth. It won't be cozy. It won't be for everyone. But with the right tech AI systems, autonomous robots, 3D printed shelters, hydroponic farms, and reliable life support, it's not impossible. It's just going to take a lot of time, money, and smart people solving very weird problems. It'll be a bit like the early explorers crossing oceans with wooden ships, risking everything. Dangerous? Yep. Crazy? Definitely. But eventually they made it. Mars might be our next great leap. One we're crazy enough to try. So will you live on Mars? Unless you're an astronaut or a billionaire? Probably not anytime soon, but who knows? The dream is alive. The rockets are being tested. And the countdown has already started. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give the video a like, hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Would you live on Mars if you had the chance? Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep looking up.